How many roofers have you called? Most of our clients tell us they have to call between 5 and 6 roofing companies just to get somebody to answer the phone. And this gets even worse during the busy season. During the winter, a lot of roofing companies just shut down completely and it's hard to get a hold of anybody. One of our customers told us a few years back, they told us that they were number 200 on a company's replacement list. I don't know how that was possible, but they were number 200 on a replacement list and they had never gotten, nobody had ever reached back out to them after being told that, and they ended up just getting their roof replaced with us. As I go online and talk to people in person in the community, I find that the biggest complaint is that roofers just are not available. Like just the scarcity that people have the hardest time with. And it's really hard from their perspective to find a roofer, a good one who is responsive, who will give them a good solution and a good price as well. I'm going to tell you why this happens and why it's getting worse and what you can actually do about it from the perspective of an Anchorage roofing contractor. So right out the gate, I'll tell you that we are guilty of this as well. When summer comes, the phone rings off the hook and we cannot get to every single call. We have implemented systems and we have taken a lot of time this winter to work on our systems so that we can actually answer every single call. Which we're confident that we can this year, but in past seasons, we've not been able to answer the phone. Yeah, there's just too many calls and too many people inquiring, so we have to, just let it go to voicemail because we're busy taking on the last call that we just got or answering the 20 voicemails from the day before. So it gets pretty overwhelming, the amount of calls that you get, and especially if a company isn't equipped to handle this. There's a lot of one-man shows in Anchorage. There's a lot of really small companies, and all of them are not equipped to handle the call volume. Even the bigger companies, a lot of them won't even answer during certain times of the year. In previous videos, I've talked about the short roofing season. There's, 6 to 7 months of roofing to be done in Alaska in the summertime. That's like really the only time that we have to do this kind of work, and everybody is calling us at that single time. I've also talked about the lack of labor. There's just a shortage of labor in the country and in Alaska, very specifically in Alaska, because so many people over the last 13 years, we have just been losing more and more people, especially in the skilled trades. Okay, so let's talk about what you can actually do about this. So there's very specific things that you can do, and number one is to call early. Call in February. Call at times when roofers are not so busy. So between January and April, every roofing company is ramping up and they're trying to start, either fill their schedule or just prepare themselves for the chaos that's coming. So calling at that time, you're more likely to get an answer because they're not getting so many inquiries, and a lot of companies might be anxious to get some jobs on the books. The second biggest thing that you can do is clearly mark yourself as a serious buyer. Let them know that you have the timeline that you want to get it done, which if it's not that summer, a lot of roofers won't be so interested in talking to you. Let them know that you have the budget allocated and that you're ready to make a decision. To qualify the roofer, make sure to ask them if they're taking on residential jobs at the time. Okay, so once you do get a hold of a roofer, you need to make sure that you get more than one estimate, because some roofers will give an estimate that's 3 times more expensive than it should be because they're just too busy anyways. So either they get the job and they make a lot of profit on it, or they don't get the job and they didn't need it anyways. So it's important to make sure you get multiple estimates. Get multiple estimates so that you know that you're getting a fair price. So with customer service being the number one complaint people give about roofers, make sure that your roofer responds to you in a decent amount of time. Like if you call them, they call you back within a day. If you get an estimate, they have it to you within a reasonable amount of time. And if they don't, they're communicating about it. These things in the process of getting an estimate can really let you know whether they're going to be good to work with or not. With all that being said, now we know, we already knew that it was hard to get a hold of a roofer. Now we know why, and we know how to deal with that problem and hopefully get ahead of the curve by calling early, letting them know that you're a qualified buyer and that you're ready to make a decision. If you have any specific stories about roofing contractors in Anchorage, comment them below. Let us know about the type of customer service that you get, if you've been ghosted, or if you're not getting any response from these roofers, things like that. We definitely want to know. We want to know what's going on with our customer base so that we can provide the best solutions that we can. So go ahead and drop that and follow along for more roofing tips. Thank you.